good gang.
What's up? Are you good?
Yeah, are you good? You're not looking too hot, sister. What the hell's going on?
I don't know. I have to go to get a separate doctor's appointment, I think, to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know y'all had got into it down at, fucking Bobcat. Is that what that's from? I mean, you're looking a little shaky on the wheel there, pal.
I don't really know what's going on.
Think it's from today, or has this been happening for a while? I mean, you've been looking out of it for a decent amount of time, but
It's been a while. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. I think today exasperated shit getting executed, mag dumped like 18 times, but it is what it is.
yeah, is that your cop out answer?
Maybe.
Sure sounds like it, Mav. I'm a straight shooter, okay? And I'm gonna say it how it is, okay? Call bullshit on your story here, but if I'm not the type of person you want to talk stuff over with, I can understand that.
No, it's not that. It's that I literally don't know what's going on. I've been feeling like this since I got to the city. It's just the more that I don't know. The more
You're talking about like mentally or kind of how your body is.
body. Because I
You
think
feel like you're deteriorating or something like what are you feeling like?
I feel weak as fuck.
Like a strain on your body in general, or you think it's like harder to do daily tasks? What do you think?
I think that I have a history with certain stuff.
Hey, here's a good question. What happened to Misfits and
You're
the
talking about
fucking
with
mafia
meth?
shit that was in
Yeah.
Mirror Park? They got real quiet.
I have a
Yeah.
history with all that.
What about the mafia in Mirror Park?
And from
They got really quiet. I haven't seen or heard shit out of them.
Please shut the fuck up, please.
Marco's bleeding.
Um,
Bro, it's no way. Get out of the snowball, bro.
I don't know how to explain it really, but from
Yeah,
when
let's
I
pull
was
pull up to the oil fields. I want to talk this out,
okay,
if you don't mind.
okay.
Yeah, Marco's bleeding. He's around.
Chasing somebody.
They're chasing Tin.
Hey, that lawyer that apparently ruined crypto for everyone today is clocking at Maze right now.
Oh, I think that might be the motherfucker in the supercar that I just drove by that came out of Maze.
Oh,
It's crazy. Kill him.
Thinking about it.
Turn off this damn radio. I'm gonna shoot someone in the head.
I'm gonna keep it on low just in case.
That ain't gonna make for super
Solid.
backups.
Okay. So, TLDR. From the day I was conceived to 17 years old, I was basically strung out. My parents cooked meth in their house. So, when you cook meth, it sticks to the walls, the ceiling, the floors, everything.
Okay.
So, they cooked it in the kitchen of this really shitty ass apartment. And then this was back in Vice, I think. Yeah. And then they sold to people that ended up going south when I was 17. And then I was out on my own from 17 to a few months ago, still strung out on different kinds of shit, anything I could get my hands on. Because I didn't really know what it was like to be sober. So I've been on stuff until I left this city in May for about 4, 5, 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
Came back here, met you guys, and then from there that's where I've been. But I've been sober since I met you guys, and I can feel my body's toll from being on different kind of drugs my whole life. And I'm not dying, but I feel like sometimes I am.
I could understand that. You're just having like the long-term effects of getting off of a substance. I can understand that.
So, this
Did
trip,
you ever do any type of like rehab or check with the
Yeah.
doctors like
It's where I've
while,
been for
like
5
right
months.
after? Oh, okay.
before I met you guys and joined skate park, I was literally in rehab until the day I came home here to meet you guys.
I got you.
So, once I got back to the city, I've been clean ever since. Cree knew me back in May when I was running with the Broge guys for like a week or 2 weeks or something.
Got you.
She knew me back then. But, a lot's changed since then, obviously. So.
Yeah, that's...
Houston, we got
See, thank you for the resub.
Houston, we got a weirdo.
I don't really know
I mean,
what happened
how do
today, but when I was mag dumped by BZ,
Mhm.
the cops just left me to bleed out on the sidewalk, and then
Oh,
I
fuck.
was like in and out of consciousness, and I felt like I was just still bleeding, and I could not stop bleeding no matter what I did, and I feel like my body is having some after effects of whatever the fuck is going on with me, and it's not the greatest, but I haven't slept, I haven't eaten very much since I got back, and I'm just playing it cool, and no one's noticing, which is great, but,
Why do you-
Amber's
what do you-
noticed, actually.
I got you. And this loss of appetite's just been since you got back from rehab, or?
Since I've sobered, yeah.
Huh. Then, how do you feel that, you know, back at the spot and things like that, we're kind of pushing that stuff, you know, help sustain ourselves on the streets and shit? I mean, how strong-willed are you, I guess? Have you ever thought about, you know, walking into the room? I remember we had this talk on the couch where you were, you know, Haley was a little concerned about you being, you know, in the bathroom down there, the meth room, so.
I can, as long as it's out of sight, I can keep it out of my mind. So if I'm like
Okay.
grabbing coke or something, that's easy because it's like
Different room.
yeah, it's a different room. I can grab weed. I can grab whatever you guys need me to push. If I hold on to meth too long, I don't know what that's like yet. But if it's out of sight, it's usually out of my mind for the most part.
I got you.
For now, I mean, I'm pretty strong-willed to an extent, I guess is the best way to say it.
Got you. And you haven't, you know, you've never really come across it since being in the,
Nope. Not one bag.
Gonna go do something stupid.
It's a little perplexing. I mean, I feel like after
Yeah, I'm at that line.
being,
Like, do I
you know,
gotta do
going through
something
rehab and
stupid or
such, I
just
feel like you would
die,
have
you know? I don't know.
been able to snap
know,
back to
depending
it.
on what
But
I
I guess
do.
since
I might get
has it been a part of you
What are
since
you
birth?
doing?
I know, you know, when you
Yes.
say when you conceived, did your
Let me know
parents
if it
like
becomes a
use?
problem.
Did your mom use?
Yes.
Rather?
How about you let me know before
So
it
they
becomes a
used,
problem?
they sold, and they cooked it. So I basically have had it in my
I'm about to
system
become a problem. What's happening?
unwillingly forever.
Same.
Then we're
17
chilling, we're
years.
booling.
Yeah.
So that's a lot to come
We're
off
not
of, to
fooling
be
because
honest,
you're
after
not fucking
constantly
telling
having
us
it every
what you're
day
doing
from
and
like the
causing a
walls
problem
or
in your
I
day.
fool all day.
Because I'm not gonna bring it up
Mhm.
because it may not be an issue. You never know.
they didn't really care, to be honest. So
Why do I have a feeling it's going to be an issue?
Well, are they treating you like shit throughout childhood and stuff? Or 'cause
Not
I know you
shit.
said you moved out, but
when they died, I just decided to leave. But I mean, I don't really miss them, if that helps.
What am I
yeah.
missing?
So I mean,
Nothing.
do you think it's you're missing some kind of elements of like a good childhood, and that
Like
there might be
Hazel's
some
shoot at the
mental
skate
battle
park?
you might be fighting, or how do you feel, you know, mentally? Because that's kind of part of it.
Yeah, honestly,
big
I'm gonna
part
go
that
put
gets
on a
overlooked,
fucking
I feel
UK
like,
face
a lot
mask and
of
a
times
BZ
to
fucking
be
back
able to
flag and just shoot all of you.
help yourself
I'm right
regain
out front.
physically.
Please
Is,
don't
you know,
miss
there's the
me.
mental aspect. How do you feel like
Jimmy.
it's been there?
Mentally, so far I've been good. I have you guys around, which distracts a lot of the thoughts of being alone and wanting to just grab a drug to feel better.
Yeah.
So that's helped a lot. I don't really
I'm kind of hungry. Give me a second. I'm gonna die through my pocket.
have that much of a
Sad.
issue
Just
like
rolled
that.
into the skate
Just
park.
a little bit of anxiety, but other than that,
Okay, nobody that we have to worry about is there.
I got you.
We just parked in a parking spot.
What about like alcohol and stuff? Is that something
Oh,
that
it's
you feel
crap.
like you could get hooked on easily and such? Because
I had a bunch today and I'm fine.
I got you. You ever get like a I know you've been off of it for a while, but do you ever feel like, you know, while we're having some downtime, you feel like you need to do something, like to take something or whatever?
Sometimes. But that's like if it's really boring and there's nobody around and I'm just alone to my thoughts, to be honest.
I got you. And what's your plan moving forward then?
To just try to stay clean as possible. I don't
got
really
you,
know
yeah.
what else to do besides just make sure that I just stay clean. And I already told Paulo I don't want to be one of those addicts that steals, so I'm staying out of the spot as much as possible.
That's understandable. And have you not spoken with any doctors yet? Like, or for a while, I guess, since you've started deteriorating like this?
No.
Yeah, he left. He
I
just
thought
wanted
it would
some
just get
snacks.
better.
Tried to sell him some skateboards and upsell him
Honestly,
on stuff.
I mean,
but
that's
he
a
didn't want any.
pretty standard thought. I'm sure most people think that way too, but you do have an appointment set up at least.
I'm planning on making one eventually, but right now I'm just kind of just taking it day by day kind of thing. Cause
We're gonna have to make some kind of fucking field trip to the hospital. Everybody in skate park's having a crisis. I feel like. I know, but what's life without some long-term challenges, huh?
right,
So I don't blame you.
cause to be honest, being hooked on meth for 17 years, I kind of knew that I would come across complications eventually. To be honest, so
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I don't really have any like health problems or things like that. You know, I get knocked down pretty heavy on some things, but I'm always shooting for the next. My problem, I guess, is I'm always searching for something better, something to do. I'm always searching for a goal I'll probably never be able to achieve, but I feel like one day I'll be able to get there. I served some time a while ago in the Air Force. I laid a boza. Anyways,
good night,
I served
Brandon.
some time. Back out of high school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I kind of just signed up, enlisted,
Yeah, that was a Josh check.
and joined up in the Air Force. While I was there, there was felt a lot of pride doing things. I kept passing classes in the Air Force. I kept getting through the
That's
ranks
because
and
it obvious strikes you
you
when
know
you're fired up.
got up there to where I was a pilot and I was doing things, but eventually it gets stale to the
Read the
point where
thing
like,
before
oh,
you pull it
you
out.
didn't
It
have a
tells you
college
how the
degree,
price goes
man,
up.
or like, hey, you don't have 20/20 vision. You can't do this or that. You
Yeah,
can't,
you know a lot about that.
found a lot of blocks in the road, and then
Because
that's
I
where
read.
I kind of moved out here
Yeah, imagine.
to try
This
something new,
nerd knows how to
and
read.
I found out
Better
all the
not.
creativity there is to circumventing the law, and that's why I've always been chasing the adrenaline high of moving into the bigger and best jobs. But now I'm seeing that other people are paying the price for it, and while that kind of takes a toll on me, at the same time I keep chasing for the next big thing. And while maybe in the moment I see that I've shot a cop that I've talked a while with, or I've developed good relationships with some people that are on the other side of the gun, maybe I freeze in the moment, but even then I'm still pulling the trigger. And on that flip side of the coin, I'm also seeing that people in the gang are going down for me or willing to turn themselves in. I mean, just today Bill Shee said she wants to throw her hat in the ring. She wants to join up with us, and she's enjoying doing stuff with us. And as happy as I was to hear that, I'm nervous that someone like her, who's willing to go to prison to help Paulo and I get out, eventually going to be on the other end of the barrel one day. So, sorry, not to trauma dump.
No, you're good. Keep going. It's all right. I can take it.
I want to tell you, you're not the only one out here dealing with a big problem.
I got
so.
you. It makes sense. And I mean, I'm all chaotic and bad bitch, etc. But like, everybody
I've
has
been
their...
noticing that recently, so that's why I'm hitting you up about it. You know?
Yeah, I've been kind of subdued by pain, to be honest.
I don't blame you. I gotta ask you then. You know, what was the deal with I was so focused on Paulo the other day. I've rolled with him for so long, but while we were in the hospital, I hear that you know Cree beat you up. But I wanted to hear your side of that a bit, because I remember hearing her side, and she's always fucking a jarhead, basically running around saying shit and being loud, and it's her way or the highway.
Well, you guys were all at the hospital doing something, right?
Mhm.
I don't really know, or prying what you guys did. I don't really care. You do you guys. And then I was at Pillbox and I said, "Where's everybody at?" And then Cree said, in a tone that I took as a little cunty, "We're dealing with something." And I was like, "Okay, sorry I asked." And I meant that in like the most, I was just like, "Okay, sorry I asked, my bad." Like, I didn't mean that in any contempt way. I just genuinely was like, "Okay, sorry to bother you, didn't mean it, my bad." So at the skate park later, you guys were done, she came down, grabbed me, you dragged me to the bowl, and basically was like, "What's your deal? What's your problem?" And I said, "I don't have one." And she said that, because after she said that on the radio, and I said, "Okay, sorry I asked," someone goes, "Damn, Cree, you cunt." I don't remember who the fuck it was, but someone said it. So she grabbed me to the middle of the bowl, and she goes, "What's your problem?" I said, "I don't have one. I was just replying to you." And she said, "Well, my tone wasn't angry." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry that I took it that way. My bad." And then she just kept going. So I turned around and I walked away, because I didn't want to continue it. I was in pain. I had gotten shot 3 times in 2 days. I was weak already, and I felt kind of fucked up. And then she just slammed me over the chest, over the back, and the face a few times. The side.
Just pissed off.
You're just mad that I walked away, I guess. Was a bigger person. I don't know. But, then she walked away without saying anything, and I just kept going. But I was bleeding through my shirt because, apparently, my stitches, my skin, is really weak, and they rip open super, super easily.
I assume this is a byproduct of the...
I'm assuming so. I haven't really gone and checked out yet, but the doctor said that I have to take it easy, or I will start to rip them open to the point where there's nothing else for them to pull together. So
Gotcha.
there's that. She didn't really know that. She still doesn't know that, so I'm not really faulting her for it. But then Haley dragged me to the hospital, and that's where you guys were all like already, because of whatever you guys were dealing with. Then, so when I met Cree on Broge, with the scumbags in May or June or whatever the fuck it was, the city became a thing. She didn't like me because I was an addict. She thought it was a me problem, and that she couldn't get close to addicts. And I said, okay. But then she kept going with it, making fun of me for it, saying that it was my fault, etc. Stuff like that. Get implied that she just didn't want anything to do with me, etc. And then, while I was bagging weed that time in the spot, she came and said, "All right, let's talk it out." So then we talked it out, and I can still feel like she just doesn't really fucking care, regardless of the background behind it. But she always said that being an addict is my fault, and I could change if I wanted to. And I was like, "You don't really know the backstory of it, but okay, sure, sure, I could change it." So I understand, and she has like a past with it, so I'm not really faulting her for it, but we're not all the same. A lot of us are, but not all of us. So ever since then, I just feel like, yeah, we're over it now, but there's still a little contempt somewhere in there. I can't really do
Damn.
anything about it. So.
I'll be on the lookout now. I mean, like I just said, I'm sure, you know, we're all dealing with our shit. I'm sure Kree's got something back there too, so she just needs to understand that it's that there's the, you know, there's a mental game to it. There's stuff that other things that have to be considered that aren't you know, the surface level thing.
Mhm.
And you know, I said that earlier too. Is like she's a kind of a jarhead, so she doesn't really, she goes into things head first. She doesn't do much thinking about stuff. You know, she's kind of like firing the gun as soon as the mag's in there. She's like BCSO, kind of. So I'll look out for her on that, or I'll look out for that type of stuff, I guess. I want to be able to help, you know, skate park. I came in, Haley and Mikey, you know, reached out to me about kind of the founding elements of the group, and I said, oh, I definitely could bring something to this. You know, I brought Paul along and Tim, and we ended up, you know, building up something pretty large. So
Right.
very happy with it. But you know, now we're being faced with challenges that are, you know, just coming from each person individually. You know, the mashup of different personalities we're seeing is finally kind of
Yeah.
going into the
I
challenge.
try to not be a problem as much as possible, to be honest.
That's, I mean, I'm sure most people think that way, but it's like, you know, there's only so much you can do. There's, you know, there's your limit. You know, Paulo's knocking on death's door right now just because he's also doesn't want to be a problem. He doesn't want to wear down the group, you know? So it's, I was talking, I'm kind of hungry right now. Want to drive up to Sandy and check out the new burger shot spot?
Are they gonna rat us out?
No. Who gonna rat us out?
Them burger shop bitches, you never know.
Yeah, they are a little weird, I can't lie.
Maybe we'll come across BZ and they'll finish the job.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess. I don't know.
Are you, Paulo and Haley, okay?
I mean, I'm personally fine. My plate carrier ate most of the shots from today. I know I haven't gotten like hit anywhere intense. You know, I'm still walking it off a bit.
I mean,
but
I'm only asking because you made Hazel really angry today.
People here
me?
All of the three of you.
For what? I didn't really hear her.
Oh, she was being contempt as fuck on the radio earlier.
About what, us not being on the radio? Is that what?
That you guys went off and did your own thing, and she was like, well, I guess we're not having a meeting, so I'm gonna go do my own thing. Fuck this. And she was just very contempt and anky.
I don't know. I mean, we kind of found a skate park on the pretense that, like, you know, we don't want to do the big fucking gang shit. We don't want to have ranks. Like, everybody's kind of their own person, but, you know, works together in a sense. You know, we're not, we don't want to, like, do all this responsibility garbage, you know? Like, if certain people fuck up on something minor, then they're gonna go handle it on their own. If, you know, someone gets mugged, obviously, then we're all gonna, you know, help them out. But, you know, when it comes to stuff like that, I mean, I think Hazel will live. Maybe she's a little stressed out because of the whole wedding situation. I mean, the wedding's, what, only a week away, so I wouldn't blame her if she's just kind of a fucking hairpin trigger right now when it comes to stress. So
valid. Yeah, we were just like Hazel, chill. She goes, I'm gonna go be in my head, and she just dipped. And I was like, crap.
yeah, I'm just gonna let her simmer down, so to speak.
She can be angry sometimes as well. I can be angry sometimes, but
Yeah,
I don't get
everybody gets a
angry
little
about
heated.
that kind of stuff. To be honest, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've explained to everybody multiple times that I just don't get kidnapped. I just don't. I've built up a name in the city to the point where I'm fine. Like, I don't get robbed on the street. I don't get caught lacking usually. You know, if I'm ever a hostage, it's because I, you know, volunteer to be, so to speak.
Right.
Rarely, you know, I've rarely had to deal with that shit. So if I'm ever off the radio, you know, someone can throw me a text, so I'll shoot back. But never really have to deal with those issues. throw my mask back on. PCSO might see me and put me in the fucking gutter, dude.
True. I mean, I'm in my cipher though, so at least you can rely on that.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of chases. You're looking a lot better out there. So
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
My buffalo is a different story though, because I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but it kind of just doesn't feel the same.
I can understand that. Ugh. Nah, but you know, me, Haley, and Paulo were talking about because Paulo's Paul's been doing so good, so keep that on the low though. But
I won't
he's been he has like a serious heart condition, and I think were you at the hospital like I want
Yes.
to say it was 4 nights ago maybe with him when he first had like a heart attack or some shit.
Toledo, yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep during that time, but he had like a whole fucking episode, and so last night we went to the pillbox with Callahan. It was me, Paulo, and Haley, and then Callahan was kind of diagnosing him, giving him the full rundown and shit. So
Gotcha.
he's got like a pretty bad heart. I think he has an enlarged heart or something, which basically means he can't handle like high stress situations. You can't do caffeine. Like the heart doesn't operate well enough to sustain like anaerobic activity or aerobic activities. So he's basically kind of out of the wind for jobs and things like that. But so then when he threw himself into the fucking fray today, you know, Haley and I were pissed. But at the end of the day, like, we would have done the same thing. So I really can't be mad at him for it. But I kind of hit him with the, holy fuck, there's a lot of people there. I kind of hit him with the, like, hey, pal, you know, you kind of have 2 decisions now. If you go into another thing like this and you come out like this, you're probably going, you know, I mean, you should start preparing your goodbyes. Like, you should start sending, you know, you should start writing a will. You should start getting shit ready. I had to hit it to him straight because, I mean, this is real shit. Like, this is what he's looking at here. And then, you know, on the flip side, Callahan offered him, like, okay, you know, you take pills for the rest of your life. Obviously, that sucks, but, like, you'll be able to live a fulfilling, like, full life. Obviously, you won't be able to, you know, do 400-meter dashes. You won't be able to fucking do shit, but you can still, like, maybe play golf in your 40s or something like that. Not really up Paolo's alley, obviously.
I can't imagine him.
Playing golf?
I
Yeah, he'd
can't
probably,
even.
like, swing the driver and then pull out a 12 gauge to try and duck hunt the ball. Something, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But you get the point. Like, that's kind of his fucking coin flip right now. And it's kind of up to him where that lies.
Is there a fucking bike convention down here? What is
You have
it?
I need a sandwich real quick. A motherfucker about to pass out
Here.
from starvation. I've been talking so
Look in
much.
the
You know
glove
what I'm
box.
saying? Yes, sir. This is Amber's doing.
Yeah, she gave me a fuck ton.
God
Where
damn.
the fuck do I even park?
It's right here. I don't know. Looks like a driving diamond.
It's bikers.
Oh, fuck. All right, we'll make this quick.
What? How the fuck are we related? What?
Can you get out?
Boy,
Okay.
you and me both.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Doing good. How are you? Wait.
Why am I giving you a lesson in poetry right now?
You want me to get you something?
I need to go.
I just don't know if there's any police around, you know?
Okay, I'll go in there and grab you stuff.
Yo, how the fuck
Can you
did
bring,
we
can you
ever
bring me out a
graduate
menu?
school?
Yes.
Y'all probably
Alright,
didn't.
Back to the house when I need it.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, hang up.
Yo, can I have a menu by chance?
Oh yeah, we don't work here.
Oh.
That would be
Fair
hard.
enough.